January is to a coach what tax season is to a CPA. That's because it's a time of year when so many people take inventory of their lives and make resolutions to change something they feel is holding them back. Unfortunately, according to a 2019 study by U.S. News and World Report, the failure rate for New Year's resolutions is said to be about 80%, and most lose their resolve by mid-February. During my 6-month certification to become a coach, we studied the dynamics of change and the behaviors that led to the lasting changes that people seek. What I'm going to share with you today are guidelines that come from psychologist Jeffrey Kotler's book, Making Change Last. In these 7 things, if they're implemented honestly and effectively, they will significantly increase your ability to make your New Year's resolution a lasting part of your life. The first step is commitment. Kotler says this is the single most important ingredient to bringing lasting change. Changing a behavior is extremely difficult, and if you don't have a burning desire inside you to take this challenging journey, any change you make will be short-lived at best. The next step is setting attainable goals. All too often, people set themselves up for failure because they reach for a goal that far exceeds their current willpower and abilities. I do believe that God created us with the ability to do remarkable things. But even the journey to the top of Everest requires many camps along the way. Therefore, a goal to lose 20 pounds in a month might quickly be doomed, whereas a goal to lose 2 pounds a week can set the stage for lasting change. Step 3 is establishing relapse prevention. There are times and circumstances in our lives that carry significantly higher levels of temptation. It's critical to identify these things up front and put a plan in place to protect yourself as much as possible. Winning in these zones is often the key to cementing your new habits. Step 4 is practice. Learning a new behavior is always uncomfortable. We must embrace and endure those awkward times when we are painfully aware of every movement we make. Think back to when you learned to drive. Gripping that steering wheel, checking your mirrors, and placing your foot on the pedals, it felt so robotic at first. But ultimately, repetition made these acts so natural, we hardly recognize we're doing them. Step 5 is establishing expectations. What we expect about change is closely related to our commitment. In fact, they go hand in hand. Not only do we have to commit to beginning the process, but we have to have high expectations that we'll actually see it through. If you want to gauge your level of expectation, when you make your resolution, ask this question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely do you feel this change will still be in effect 6 months from now? Step 6 is establishing support systems. John Donne famously said that no man is an island. Encouragement and accountability from the important people in our lives is critical. Our basic human nature craves this, and it uses it as fuel to power through those difficult moments. You will significantly increase your chances of reaching your goal if you tell someone you trust about it up front and ask them for their help to achieve it. The final step is divine intervention. Dr. Gary R. Collins adds that Christian coaches recognize the awesome power of God to bring lasting change that might not come otherwise. I certainly agree with him on this point. Now, I know that some of you who hear this will have varying opinions about a higher power's involvement in our lives. But for anyone who is on a journey to understand God's will for us, I encourage you to begin any change in prayer. He will give you the strength to begin and will be with you every step of the way. Whatever changes you are choosing to make in your life, I pray these 7 strategies will provide you strength for your journey and will empower you to make a lasting change that opens the door to an entirely new level of joy in your life.